I have definitely experienced what I would certainly classify as a very large cock. So the question of the day is, does size matter? And the answer is, well, sort of. I'm going to answer it in 3 simple steps. It's so long. You could totally use this as a coat rack. It actually makes a good neck massager. Now, the first thing you need to know about penis size is that if we look at them from a purely biological standpoint, longer penises definitely have a specific function, because the deeper a penis can reach into a vagina, the more likely it is when a man ejaculates to hit the cervix and potentially deliver some sperm to fertilize an egg. But in terms of pleasure, longer penises don't have as much function, because what we know is that the G-spot is located just a small way inside the opening of the vagina. And so usually even smaller size penises can still hit the G-spot. The second thing you need to know when you're asking the question, does size matter, is what is the size of the vagina that you're planning on entering with your penis, or the anus? Because what we know from surveys is that in general, homosexual men tend to answer that size does play a factor for them in terms of attractiveness that they feel towards a specific partner and sexual pleasure. But when we're talking about vaginas, what we know from all the surveys that have been done with women on this topic is that the general answer seems to be, it's not the size of the one that matters, it's the work of the wizard. And basically what that means is women are a lot more concerned about what you do with your penis rather than how big it is. But that said, vagina size does play a role in that, because if a woman has a more shallow and tight vagina, she is generally going to prefer more of a medium-sized penis. If a woman has a larger vagina, she will tend to have a preference for a larger penis. Of course, I'm not speaking for all women here because that's impossible, but in general, we prefer a size that fits us. Now, just as we say to people with vaginas, I would also like to reinforce to people with penises that as far as size goes, there really is no such thing as normal. But what we do know from studies done into male genitalia is that the average size, and that's when, of course, lots of results are taken and they average out a median number, is around 3.5 inches for a flaccid penis. When a penis is erect, it's somewhere around 5.1 inches. Now, if you are below or above that, it really doesn't mean anything, and it certainly doesn't mean that you're abnormal. It just means that you are on the spectrum of all the different sizes and shapes of penises. And my third and final component of answering the question, does size matter, is that bigger, guys, just so you know, is not always better. Now, I've spoken to a lot of women on this topic over the years, and inevitably there's always mixed results. But something that tends to come through is that if a penis is too large, it can actually be uncomfortable and even physically painful for a woman. So what you might want to do is try only inserting a small way and not simply inserting all the way in, and then verbally communicating back with your partner, is that okay? Can I go deeper? And that way you're making sure that she is comfortable too. Now, I get asked a lot, and you guys know I'm an open book in terms of the different penis sizes that I've experienced. And I can say I've definitely experienced a plethora, and I have definitely experienced what I would certainly classify as a very large cock. And my initial reaction when he whipped it out was fear, because my vagina is not particularly large, and so I was a little threatened in terms of how I was actually going to fit it inside me. Luckily, he was very communicative. what if you're worried you fall on the other end of the scale? Well, the term micropenis gets thrown around a lot nowadays because we are very size obsessed as a culture. But the fact is that the vast majority of men will not fall into the medical definition for a micropenis. The actual medical clinical definition for a micropenis is a penis that when fully erect is around 3.5 inches or less. Now, if you are genuinely concerned that you have a micropenis, I would not recommend consulting Dr. Google. I would recommend going and booking in with your doctor and actually speaking to a medical professional about it. But the good news is that even if you do have a medically diagnosed micropenis, you can still have really pleasurable sex with a woman because there are lots of different positions that can make sex feel amazing for someone who has a smaller size penis if you're in that correct position during sex. And I'm going to link down below in the description. I did a video on how to get a bigger dick, and one of the tricks that I give in that video is about how to have sex in those positions that will make you feel a lot larger to the person that you're having sex with. So do go down to the description and hit that link and check it out. And of course, last but not least, because I know everyone in the comments is going to ask me what my personal opinion is. Well, I have a boyfriend at the moment and I would consider his penis to be a fairly average sized penis in terms of the different shapes and sizes of penis I have seen. And I can say that I am very pleased with the shape and size of his penis. We're really talking when it comes to penis size about negotiation and clear communication, which is what I stress in all of my videos to you guys. Because unfortunately, guys, the facts are that the vast majority of women have been conditioned not to speak up for themselves when it comes to sex. I know it's frustrating for you guys, and that's why I'm doing this work. But please know that women don't do this on purpose. They don't do it because they're trying to screw you over. They do it because women have been socialized to feel a ton of shame around sex and to feel that sex is an act that we give to a man as a service. So we see our pleasure as secondary. And for that reason, we'll often basically lie back and not say anything even when we're not having the best time. So that's why I'm here spreading this knowledge so you guys can take the lead and help your partner to really take control of her own pleasure too. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed watching and I hope you got some helpful information out of this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and please go and subscribe if you want more of this kind of content, because your subscriptions are what are helping me to keep this channel alive. All right, guys, until next time, I will see you later. Mwah.